And interestingly, you'll see on the front there's a tank. Oops, well done. So we do place liquid fertiliser at the same time as planting the potatoes. So there's a tank on the front with little various pipework, and there's some jets and legs to place fertiliser as planted potatoes. So the potatoes all go in the hopper there and planted with that. Various bits of kit as we're coming down.
No.
So there's various bits of machinery. There's corn drills. Just two corn drills here. That's a new one, and this is just an interesting one in that these are have been all the rage. They're a sort of min-till drill, as these are called. So rather than ploughing after cereals, if you're doing cereals after cereal, just a tillage and then straight in with that drill. That system did not work last autumn when it was extremely wet. We did our tillage. Inches and inches of rain meant that the soil was a pudding. That didn't work. We had to resort back. Fortunately, we'd retained this, kept hold of this drill, which is the old piggyback power harrow drill following a plough. We had to resort to that in about November when we started to panic a little bit. We go back to the old system of ploughing and then with the power harrow and drill that system. On slower, 20, 25 acres a day, whereas you can do 50 or 60 acres a day with that. The conditions were just impossible for that.
And do you have any investment plan or?
Yes, it's a little bit sort of mobile because something breaks and you think, well, that's got to go. But tractors, for instance, we've got 5 main tractors and 2 loaders, 2 of these loaders. So roughly it's 1 tractor a year. We sort of rotate them so they're on a sort of like a 5-year, but that probably is near as 6 years. If you can get away, if you're spending a lot of money on a new potato harvester, for instance, then if you can perhaps get away without having to buy a tractor in that year. So there is a sort of loose policy on equipment changing, but
and I guess one of the, we'll talk about it again at the end, but one of the new things, and we'll show you in a sec, is trying to move towards a little bit more precision farming and using things like satellite navigation on the tractors, and then possibly moving on to things like soil mapping and conductivity tests and things like that. You can see just through there on top of the green tractor, on top of the John Deere, there's a sat-nav system.
Big yellow button on the top, that is a sat-nav GPS steering device, which is, as Sam's saying, our first dipping our toes into precision farming. The first step is, that everything is GPS navigated and mapped. The next stage probably is soil mapping, but we haven't even gone that far really.
This tractor, well, all the tractors do a bit of everything really, but that tractor, particularly for this year, is going to do the bed forming for the potatoes, so that we have to, and then everything else will follow.
Straight lines, and also, they're not wide ones and narrow ones.
Yeah. So the idea is you're using the field as effectively as possible. So you're using, rather than the tractors.
And then that tractor will do drilling as well.
Just quick look at the sprayer.